Hello and welcome to this being MidBoss, which is available now. A bit late on my video for this. My bad. Anyway, it's got an interesting premise, which we will see once we get into it. I will be skipping the cutscene-y stuff. It's a turn-based roguelike with an interesting twist, but let's go ahead and get started. Do you wish to select grave goods? Now this is because I had already done a run prior to this that was fairly good, and saved the death card, which we will talk about towards the end of this series of videos. But this essentially allows me to take an item from my last run to help with this one, which I am going to do, because I had some good items there. So this is my last run. 6,296 turns. It was a thing. So we can go ahead and pick this. Apparently we can take quite a few grave goods, which means I can like show you the gear I had here when I died. We had some pretty good stuff, so let's see, like how do we only get one? Let's pick that for now. Okay, so we only get one per card. Okay, that's reasonable, or at least, you know, we only get that one right there. So I'm obviously going to take this because it's purple. Actually, no. Let's not obviously take that. Let's have a look. This is very good because of the reroll weapon proc, but we're not going to have a weapon proc for so long. That's just a great shield. But we don't know if we're going to get a good one-handed weapon, so I think we're probably actually just going to go with this ring with the reroll weapon proc and hope we get a weapon with a weapon proc. His boots are pretty good too, actually. And they do give speed +1. Speed is a very, very powerful stat. It only says +1, but that's all it needs to be a very good stat. We're gonna take the boots. Just, I like speed that much, so. And this is a little cinematic. They're gonna come in here and tell us about rat herding, but we're gonna skip that. So on the UI front, this is just your general UI, toggle item labels, rest, inventory. This is our screen that I will explain more later, but essentially it's our known abilities for everything that we possess, because that's the gimmick in this game. And this is our level and stats screen. So, this game has a lot of tooltips if you're playing it yourself. There's tooltips for bloody everything, so I would recommend hovering over lots of stuff, reading the tooltips. It's very, very useful to know what the heck all of these stats are, because there are a lot of them. But anyway, the gimmick for this is that we can possess things. So we have two abilities. One is depossess, which, you know, can be useful. The other one is possess, because we are an imp. This is all we have. So what it wants us to do here to start off, and what I recommend doing to start off, because otherwise you'll die, is to cast possess on this little rat over here. And then you can control via mouse or keyboard. We're gonna walk over here and beat the dickens out of this rat. It's plague rat specifically. It'll die, and because we cast possess on it, it'll give us the choice to possess this rat, wherein we become the rat. And now we are a rat. So there you go. And now if I open up this screen, it shows us Plague Rat, known abilities. We only know Envenom, we don't have anything else to equip, and we're learning an ability. So everything you possess has its own levels, its own abilities, and all of that jazz. And you know, the more forms you know, the better off you are, because you can combine forms. You can equip a third form here. We should equip our boots too. You can equip a third form here to modify. Like, you know, let's say we had a skeleton we knew about. We could equip it, and we would be a plague rat mixed with a skeleton, so we would have modified stats based upon that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, also I would recommend casting possess on bloody everything, even if it's an enemy you already are, because what happens is when you possess something, you gain max health. So if you're trying to get pretty far, I should also hit this so we can see stuff. If you're trying to get pretty far, I'd recommend just possessing everything you possibly can, and also breaking everything you possibly can. The treasure piles are actually somewhat disappointing, but you know, know, it's still recommended to just attack them because they can drop balls of yarn, which in this game are your currency. We can see it down here. Hazel people, or equip that. We could identify it, tell us what the stat is, but I don't really care because we only have one scroll, so, you know, it's a thing. I'd also recommend breaking all of these boxes. Not necessarily because they drop stuff, we may as well pick that up, but because they free these fish. You see the fish flopping out from them. And you can get a lot, and I do mean a lot of loot, if you free enough fish. I should have done this before I attacked them, but that's great. Again, we didn't really need to possess that dude, but I'm going to anyway. And if I open this up, you can see it's keeping track of the number of crate fish we have liberated and the next reward, and it also shows my highest and all time and all that jazz. Bookcases tend to give you tomes and identify scrolls and nothing else. So if you're not a big fan of tomes, you probably don't want to mess too much with those. These will possess you. Oh no, I've been poisoned. There is something I will point out. Be very careful poisoning your enemy if you intend to possess them. And the reason for this is when you possess them, you then become the rat that you just poisoned. Which obviously doesn't really do much good. So we have a shield. It gives us evasion. I don't know what that gives us, but that also gives us magic damage. I don't really care. So I think we're gonna equip that in an axe. Because evasion is pretty nice as well. We're gonna get a cutscene about this dude, which I'm gonna skip. He is a merchant. He will purchase stuff from us for these balls of yarn that we've been collecting. As I mentioned, that is our currency. So. Wander over here. Possess this dude. Don't want to poison him, even though that's a very powerful attack. Be very careful what you attack in this game, because obviously you start, the way this works is you start at the bottom. You start the weakest you possibly can, and you have to kill things to work your way up to better enemies. So you have to fight enemies that are potentially much stronger than you are. So be careful, you know? And we got a level, so we can put 3 points into stats here. And I really like relentlessness because at least in the early game, the extra health allows you to fight things a little bit tougher than you without too much risk of inherent death. Oh, you know what? We can do this now. Like I mentioned before, we can equip a form if we know about it, so we can equip a plague rat, like so. And now we have the plague rat abilities as well, and modified stats, I believe, and it changes their color and stuff like that. You can only do that once per possession. So if I possess something else, this resets before it starts reducing your stats. So be very careful. Accidentally poison that guy. Well, I can't possess him now if I poison him. Sort of ruined that, didn't I? Oh. Do I want to possess him? Is he still poisoned? We're about to find out, I guess. Hey, he's still poisoned. Fantastic. Didn't lose too much health, though. Ooh. I've already unlocked CGA, but we'll go ahead and use it so you can see what the heck is going on here. It's real hard to see, and that looks awful in the preview over here, the recording. I think it's just because it's scaled down. It looks atrocious, but we're just going to pass a bunch of turns until that goes away. I just wanted to show it to you. Now, every run, obviously, is procedurally generated. It's a roguelike style game, so every run will be different. You'll have better runs than others, but also these potions are different every run, so we don't know what these potions do until we take the potion. Obviously don't want those boobs. And there are potions that are negative, there are potions that are positive. We're gonna possess this dude. Do I have a good shield? Another potion. Alright, let's beat the crap out of this dude. Before I do that, actually, I open up this. So we can look at all of the things we've got, and we can see what they're working on. So we never actually mastered the plague rat. It's recommended you master things if possible. I like to go for the safety route in terms of health, but if you're going for mastery, you want to possess as few different things as possible, or you could chain possess the same type of enemy like I'm doing here, just to keep yourself alive and stuff like that. Now, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to equip form. Let's equip a magic bat. Why not? So now we are a purple bat. Could you stop, dude? We're not a very strong purple bat, but we are a purple bat. So we leveled up. Holy water is probably the best item in the game. Let's go pick up this thing. Holy water turns cursed stuff into positive. So I could make this staff actually fairly good because it would give toughness +6 and force +6, which is pretty good. I don't want to do that because I don't want a two-handed staff when I have this shield here, which gives me lots of evasion. Anyway, let's go ahead and level. Let's put 2 into that and 1 into that. This is your defense against everything. This is your HP, mana, stuff like that. This is minimum HP and condition damage, and this is maximum damage for everything, which is pretty good. I like to go for tankiness early, like I mentioned, because it allows me to take fights like this with essentially 0 risk of death. Then we can possess them, and it's like nothing happened because our HP's back at full. That is a magic sword that I would very much like to possess. So we'll wait for him to get over here. The only tome we have is in Venom, and I don't want to poison him, so we have to do this the old-fashioned way. Until you, I believe until you possess something. I shouldn't be recording now because of the noise, but hopefully you guys don't hear too much of it. Until you possess something, I believe, anyway, you will not know how much health it has. So here's the stats of this thing. In fact, I'm actually going to stop recording briefly because it's going to bother me to no end, even if you guys can't hear it. So I'll be back in an unknown amount of time, right at this screen. Alrighty, we're back. Round, well, it's not actually a round, but we're back either way. I got like a call in the middle of that, but we're gonna possess this flaming sword because flaming swords, as you know, are good at hitting things. I think I'll actually give it plague gravity. Why not? Do we have any equipment I actually want to put on? I don't think we do. We still don't have any accessories, which is a little unfortunate, but okay, something I want to put on. So now we are a very brown flaming sword. Doesn't quite have the same feel. Also, excuse me. So there's our way down. We don't want to go down yet, because much like any roguelike of this style, you want to clear... Excuse me, I keep hiccuping, my bad. You want to clear as much of the floor as possible before... Is that showing up? It is showing up. What's up with this door? That's a fake door. Or something's wrong with this door. I've never seen a door do this before. You want to clear as much of a floor as possible. Can I possess it? No. I can't do anything to it. How do I... What's up with this door? How strange. Let's beat the crap out of this rat in the meantime. Is it any better than what I have? No, because it doesn't give me the power. We're gonna possess this dude because he's new. This is probably not the optimal way to play the game, the way I'm doing it, where I possess like stuff constantly. You can see he's weaker, much higher resistance though. Let's give him the flame swords. Now he's a flaming larva sword thing. I want to know what's up with this door over here. I've never seen a door do that before, and I can't like interact with it or anything. So. Thank you, rat, for failing to poison me. I appreciate that. Appreciate your assistance. I'm not picking up everything because our inventory is limited and I haven't seen the cat merchant yet, so I don't know if we'll be able to dump stuff on him. He's probably here somewhere. There's no guarantee he's here somewhere. Let's look at this real quick. Reduces stamina regen. Because we'll see if we can master this guy. I don't think we're in any risk at the moment of dying, if anything. There should be a zombie on this floor somewhere that I would like to take over. We're gonna put one of each of those. Because zombies, or there's the cat merchant, so we can just pick up everything and sell it all now. I think we can see in that room, but we can't actually get to it. Anyway, go here. He can remove curses, but this is different from holy water. This actually completely removes it, rather than flipping it. So this staff would just be a staff that's +4/+8, rather than having stats on it and stuff like that. But we're gonna go ahead and sell everything that I do not currently have equipped. Probably sell these potions too, because, well, no, we'll drink the potions at some point. There we go. So we know he's here now. I'll just have to remember that's the room he's in. I'll probably forget at some point. But we're gonna wander around and pick up as many items as we possibly can to get as much money as we possibly can. Should check this dude. Oh, he's mastered already, so we should possess something else and master that. I didn't realize it was that fast to master the level. Let's go pick up all this stuff we left behind. Didn't mean to destroy that. I still don't know what's up with this door, but it's worrying me. Like one of these guys. Let's possess that. And then do we want to give these guys the sword? Because their strength is really low. Does this even modify them? Strength 0.6. It says 4 here. So if we go here, flaming sword on. Still says 4. This is 0.6. It must do something to... I'm pretty sure it does something with the stats. Maybe it just doesn't show it, or I'm just being an idiot or something, I don't know. Or maybe the flaming sword doesn't have very good power or strength or whatever it is. I mean, it is a magical sword, it's probably magic based, I don't know. There's a part of the UI that I haven't explained. It's this stuff down here, because it didn't exist earlier. The purple bar is the thing you have, your form, it says right there. Your form's experience points. And then the orange bar is your character's, your imp's experience points. So they have individual levels, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't be able to level them separately like we've been doing. What kind of bat is that? It's a lightning bat, I think. We're gonna possess this dude just so we can get the HP back. Easy peasy. That's our only means of healing for most of the game, actually. So if we look at this, go over to this bat. We're still learning stuff on them, so. Beat the dickens out of this guy for a second and see what he does, if he does anything. No. I just wanted to know if I needed to, here. Spirit. If I needed to possess him to heal, if he was going to do a lot of damage, but he didn't. There is one thing I've noticed so far, and it's that this game doesn't seem to have any music. I don't have the music down, I'm pretty sure. I have the master volume way down. Probably shouldn't actually have it way down if I'm going to be honest. But if I turn it up now, it's going to be all sorts of wrong. Actually, I could stop the recording and then turn it up and then sort the audio out later. Let's do that. Turns out the game does have music, I just couldn't hear it. That happens sometimes when I record, because there's the zombie. When I'm recording, I have the volume really, really, really low, usually. So that I can hear other things that are required, you know, while I'm actually recording, and such. Excuse me, don't cast your magic on me, mister. Ability learned. So now we have dive attack, which is actually pretty good. And it uses stamina, which is also pretty good. Because unlike magic, stamina regens pretty quickly on its own. break some more of this stuff. We are the king of breaking boxes. We'll pick that up. And wander over here. Beat the crap out of this guy. Oh, that's a different bat. That is a lightning bat, in fact. Just beat the crap out of each other for a little bit. Much higher strength. Lower resistance and force, though. But that higher strength is pretty good. And we can equip larva. Why not? An 8 times multiplier. Oh man. We're rich now, boys. Just picking up all this stuff to sell. We're not actually interested in keeping any of this stuff. In fact, let's actually just leave and go sell a bunch of it, because it's pretty close by here. If I recall. I'm glad the bat can open doors, by the way. It's very helpful. You can attack the cat, by the way. I would recommend against it for what should be obvious reasons. Let's see if I have anything to equip. I don't think I do. Like possibly that plate armor. Let's go ahead and not identify it actually, because we want to save those. Let's identify that. The axe I don't think I care about. Constitution 1, toughness 2. It's defensive stuff, isn't it? 2 points. Toughness, defense, yeah. Nah, we're not going to equip that. Just go ahead and sell all. I didn't mean to sell that tome. Not that I'm actually probably going to use it, but you know. I hate how this reorganizes while you're selling stuff, by the way, in case that hasn't become apparent. There we go. Oh, there's a button down here. I'm an idiot. What else is new, I suppose, but I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. Vorpal two-handed magic dagger of strength. Eh. Bone evasive two-handed sword of constitution. What is bone spear? It's a really good sword, though. Because that evasion plus 14. I'm not too worried about losing the shield there. Extra constitution instead of endurance, but eh. A Vorpal Master Ring of Force. I would like that, so we're going to purchase that. EGA we've already seen. I wanted this because it's great as reroll weapon proc, but also we didn't have accessories, so that's just a straight, you know, stat increase that's there, which is pretty good. Alright, back over here we go. I'm gonna have to split this recording session. And if you guys want more of this, do let me know. I will record more if there is demand for it. That was a critical, by the way. Curious why the game slowed down and I did 8 trillion D damage. Stealthy earring, oh, bone armor. We're just gonna pay that dude to identify it instead of identifying ourselves to save ourselves the scroll. Whenever we get everything. Probably should do it like now, but you know, it's fine. Go ahead and equip this because again, it's a straight stat increase because we didn't have that accessory slot filled. And we are going to attempt to, oh, there's 2 zombies. Mummies. Are they zombies or mummies? I don't know. He has aggroed to me. We're actually just gonna leave. Now those enemies are very, very slow, which also affects you when you possess them because they have an innate passive that's just, you know, negative speed. Obviously not particularly good. But we, if you recall, have boots that increase our speed by 1, which is exactly countering the negative from the passive of those enemies. So we're not actually any slower. Compared to baseline, anyway. Go ahead and identify this bone armor. It is cursed. However, let's see. Endurance and resistance. Slightly lower resistance. It gives focus as well as to the spirit. But it gives critical. So we're going to take this holy water, do that, and now that critical is positive. And we're just going to go ahead and equip that. like so. And go back to selling stuff. You know what? Let's just sell everything. I should keep the potions, like in case of emergency, but I'm just as likely to freaking die from it. Whatever. Snap spear, I don't care. One with body slam. That's actually pretty good, so we'll keep that. They're only worth 5 too. And we need quite a lot to get that, which I don't think we're gonna be able to actually reach. I imagine if you're capable of killing that guy, he will drop the items he's trying to sell you, but I don't really know. I would still very much like to know what's going on with this door, though. The door confuses me. Excuse me, I do not understand how to use the door. None of this is gonna be worth anything, but excuse me, pick it up. Thank you. And I think there's probably nothing over here, we may as well check. I think that's most of this floor. We have 2 zombies to get through, and a rat, I think, but... There's Zombie Man. Tomb of Gravelord is also very good. So what's the range on Body Slam? Probably 1, yeah. So because we know he's so slow, we're gonna wait. We're just gonna wait here for him to get his turn. There we go. We're gonna Body Slam. Like so. And we're gonna back up and wait for him to get his turn again. This is gonna be slow, but it's the safest way to do it, so. Buff ourselves with Gravelord. It has 2 more charges left. We're gonna be risky. Oh, a little too risky. Back up. Wait for him to get his turn. Body slam him again. Wait, we gotta possess him. That's right. Or we get too carried away there. Now, because of this situation, we're gonna have to see where he goes. All right, he went there. Gravelord herself. Hit him, and it killed him. Nice. So now we can possess him. You can see his stats. He's not very good at magic, but he's very tanky. Also very slow, as we can see here somewhere. He should have a passive for being slow. Oh, it's right here. He doesn't get it until he levels. Either way, don't really care for that item, but we're gonna pick it up anyway. We also have Rot. We don't take poison damage very much. Nice. Make our way over here, fight this other zombie dude. How's it going, buddy? We're gonna start this fight off by landing on his head, like that. And we're gonna do it again. We're gonna back up. He's gonna hit his turn. We're gonna hit, back up, and we're just gonna do this until he dies. Until he's close enough. Level up. All right. That, and then we're gonna get cruelty. Oh, actually, yeah, cruelty. I like increasing minimum damage more so than maximum damage. Hello. I could possess this dude, but they have very, very poor stats. So I'm not going to. Especially not now. Let us become a larva, because those are tanky too. So now we're like super extra tanky, and also green for some reason. So that's a thing, I guess. Anyway, let's make our way all the way back up to the top right, or the northern side of the map here. To go, wait, is this? Let's back up. My bad. Oh yeah, we can have the map open like this Diablo style map. I don't know any other games. Torchlight does it, I guess, too. It's a nice big full screen map that you can see. Hello. Get... Alright. Excuse me? Oh, it's right there. I was like, why can't I hit it? It's because you're not trying to hit it, you idiot. Ooh. Not bad boots, but that speed increase is real good. Now, there is no guarantee that the cat will be on this floor. In fact, it's fairly likely the cat will not be on this floor. So a lot of these items are gonna have to get thrown on the ground. Is that guy glitching out too? Oh, he's all right. Excuse me. There we go. Now, from the zombie, what I would like to possess is a skeleton, if at all possible. And we should be a shambler soon, yeah. Which means our speed is gonna go down, but our strength will increase. So our health will increase as well, if I'm not mistaken. Not that that's really necessary, but you know. Not even gonna pick up that shield, because I don't even care enough to bother. I would like to be a zombie as little as possible. They do have an ability that lets you make ally zombies when you kill people. But they don't follow you, so it's not necessarily very good. Right, the sword has aggroed. We will attempt to handle that. Oh, that was easy. I was expecting it to die in one hit, but it did. Plus the boots give me increased accuracy, so when fighting bats and stuff, I don't need to worry so much about their increased evasion because my increased accuracy sort of overwrites that. Probably should have controlled that shield, but that's alright. That's okay. We gotta possess something soon, because we are getting slowly whittled down here. Is it mage? Mage isn't terribly strong. It's obviously a mage though, so. Excuse me. Why must you be so much faster than me? There we go. So we can see their stats. We may as well possess them though and see what we can do. Let's in fact give that mage the zombie. Infernal Wand. Yes, please. It's cursed, so. Damage -4. Ugh. Do I have another holy water? I don't. So what does this dude learn? He learns magic area. He's got staff master. I don't have a staff or a wand equipped. What does it do? 1% on cast to reduce mana cost. We don't have anything to cast though, so that's kind of null and void. So we should be substantially faster than this zombie, right? Not substantially, but we are faster. So we can actually just sort of do this forever. Because its stamina, it's going to increase just from existing. Just means we can just spam that ability until he dies, and we can repossess him and call it a day. And make him a cultist zombie, I guess. I don't know. Why not? I don't see anything wrong with being a cultist zombie, do you? You got something against me? There's so many potions. I need to figure out what these potions do. My inventory is full of potions. 0 stamina, drains stamina, boosts speed. Oh. Boosts critical. Drains mana. That one also drained mana. Restore stamina. That one poisoned me, which is awful. Oh, that one cured me of poison. How convenient. That one's garbage. I don't really care for those either because they just restore stamina, which just does it on its own. So. What is this one though? Reduced accuracy. Well, time to stand here until all those debuffs go away. Plus critical, sign me up. Plus critical, sign me up. Excuse me. Sir. Used to be a piece of armor. Stop? Okay. Apparently those are very fast. That's good to know. I don't know what that potion does, but I don't really care. So now we have infection, yeah. So that's the thing that creates a zombie minion when I kill them with it, which isn't too bad. Not amazing, mind you. Not game changing, but you know, it's pretty useful if you're in danger of death or anything like that. Restore stamina, don't care. Hello, my zombie-based brethren. possess him and then get him to walk over here so we can fight him on our own terms. We're a zombie, so we're probably just gonna have to trade blows because we're also kind of slow, but we're also real beefy apparently. Never seen a beefier zombie. I need body slam because I can literally use it whenever. A shield of strength. Hello, bat. Goodbye, bat. Hello, corrupted ring. Alright, let's go ahead and level. What do we want? We have 69 health, so I really don't want any more health. More defense is always good, but so is damage. Let's bump both of those up. Alright, let's look at our damage numbers when we do that. Is it a straight 1-to-1? Yeah, it's 1-to-1. No, it's not. There's some sort of connection going on between these two, because if I do that, it's not giving me any minimum damage if I do that. If I add a max, then I could add a minimum. There must be a specific spread for each weapon type, probably. Either way, we'll do that. Have some increased damage on the upper and lower ends. Excuse me. I know you're faster than me, but please stop running away. There we go. Easily dealt with. What is that? Ethereal's pretty good. I don't really care for faster. Robes of Spirit. I'd also recommend breaking literally everything in this game. I don't know if I've mentioned that. There's our skeleton friend, by the way. So he is going to be faster than us. There's no way around this. Even with our increased speed from the boots, he's just straight up faster. So we have to tank this, basically. Which he died easily enough, so now we can possess him. Like so. Give him a zombie, who's a little bit tankier. He is gonna have Shambler though, but that's alright. But this is effectively our next level of thing to possess. I really want that. So we got the shield, which is unidentified, so let's identify it. Spirit, focus, and evasion. We lose endurance, but we gain the other two stats. So let's put that on. Do we have a better weapon? Like, we don't have a very good weapon. It's kind of slowing us down. There's really not a better option for a weapon, so... Is this better than anything we got? No, because I want that reroll proc. Like, if we had a holy water for this, this would be a very good wand. Because it would have bonus minimum magic damage on the attack. And stealth and endurance. Plus it's one-handed, so it'll go with our shield fairly. Oh, this is what else we got. Mana Sheath. I don't know what that... This is endurance, though. We may as well equip it. It's got great damage modifier. I don't know what Mana Sheath is, but, you know. Everyone needs a sheath every once in a while. This one just happens to be made of mana. Life Leap. Oh. We're a magic-based skeleton zombie. That was pretty good damage. Good start for our wand there. I could give our skeleton buddy here a cultist, but that'll decrease his stats. So, because we already gave him zombie. So if we gave it something else, it would reduce his stats, which has a good chance of just killing us. So we're just gonna ignore it. Hello, my bat friend. Come here. Goodbye, my bat friend. My inventory is full. Dear God. There's an occultist. We're not going to possess them, we're just going to beat the crap out of them. Here we go. We will, however, possess this skeleton. And we're just going to trade blows. We're still technically a zombie, so he should be faster than us. Not that it mattered, because death. Now we could give him the occultist, which would modify our magic. Focus? Power? Yeah, power is what it is. So I'm pretty sure this guy has a better, like let's look at power. 0.45, what's this guy? He's 0.7. He's also a staff master. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's equip the cultist. Is he gonna, we got 6 power. I don't really know how this works. We're gonna put the cultist on. We still only have 6 power. Maybe that only gives the abilities and not the stats. Does it give form XP to those forms though? Because that'd be pretty good. We're gonna do this until he dies because it's working. So. Good fight. Could have possessed him, didn't really want to. Just went for that approach. What is this? Oh yeah, I forgot reanimates the thing. Yeah, alright. Let's just continue making our way around. Well, goodbye. Rats, again, being the first thing you possess, aren't very powerful, so. They still do give, there we go. I used to be able to speak English. Take that. Oh, my inventory's full, that's right. They do still give experience, so there's really no reason not to fight them. I didn't mean to do that, God dang it. It's alright, we'll use our ability on him. Hopefully that helps out. I believe this pierces defense. He has given himself a Grave Lord and then given me an amazing shield. Alright, my inventory's full. Also, I'm poisoned for some reason. I don't really know why. Let us drop that plate armor, pick this up, identify it. I don't know what hard target is, but this is clearly a superior shield. We are, however, dying because I forgot I had a cure poison potion. Because I'm an idiot. What else is new? That's alright, we can just possess this dude. Instead, we'll just die, so... we are faster than him, so let us escape real quick. He's giving himself Grave Lord. I think we're gonna die here. What do we have? We have Life Leech. That is 2 spaces, so we can wait here and then Life Leech him. We didn't really get much out of it. What else do we have? Well, we can Life Leech again. Far enough away, we can Life Leech again. Come on, man. What do we have? Rust? It's gonna poison him. I don't want to poison him. Ethereal. Is it possible we can just hit him and kill him? Let's find out. Yes, okay. No, he reanimated. Oh dear. We have to take this fight, we got nowhere to go. He's dead again. He reanimated again. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Here's our death card. There you go. Can't believe it. Save that. And we can see our death cards here. I didn't give it the fancy border, but whatever, that's right. It's like a little corner missing on that one. Why is that? Oh yeah, you can see the stats and stuff here as well. Cheated death once. There's a cutscene skip stat. So it tells you stats for literally every single thing you possibly could want in the game. Bought 0 items apparently. So you can see all the drops. Good lord, that's literally everything. You can see the items we had when we died, the forms we had mastered, and all of that stuff. What we had equipped. You can also replay it using the save seed settings. You can also share it by accidentally clicked out of the window. You can also share it on Twitter if you feel informed to do so. I'd like to exit this thing. Wait, exit it. Oh, that made me click on that. Goodbye, exit. Not bad. That just opens that. It tells me about death cards. I don't want to know about death cards. I want to like stop looking at this death card. Show file and explore. Oh, does it actually save these as a? Oh, it actually saves a little picture of the death card. Interesting. I don't know how to exit this once I've entered it. I'm just gonna click that and then click no and then just exit to the title. There we go. Anyway, does it still keep my death card? It does, okay. I swear I tried to hit escape, but if that's the way to exit that, let's find out. It is. I hit escape, it didn't work the first time. Whatever, I'm an idiot. Here's my stats. You can also do quick play, which just makes it faster. Smaller levels, more experience, stuff like that. And custom games, which allow you to modify lots and lots of stuff, allow cheats. Innate's free as imp. Rot maggots can be affected by the carrying ability. It can spawn more rot maggots on death. Oh my god. That sounds like that's a great way to break your game. Anyway, you can adjust the tile sizes for rooms, the level size. For some reason, floor 2 has a separate one. I don't know, but it does. Not sure. Anyway, you can adjust all this stuff however you see fit. You can share your seeds and settings via death cards with people. It's pretty good. I think the game's neat. It's got a neat premise. I quite like it, but, you know, it's just a little preview. If you guys want to see more, do let me know, and I can record more. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.